Thank you, Parna. Thank you. So we have seen that when she goes off, see, when the boss says you're going to go back or things start against the situation, suddenly she goes into fear and she pulls off, right, from Sinarchy and everything, because now she's thinking about how to survive there. She has to go back, and once she goes back, there's nothing, no money, no job, no nothing, right? And they have loan, and there are so many issues, huge issue. So you go back into that insecurity, right? When you go back into the insecurity, things fall off, right? Suddenly the laws even change. And then when she falls back, then she'll talk to us and we'll tell her what her, how she's falling off. Then one day she even she said like yeah, the visa is the last day was September 1st. 2 days before they renewed it. That is very, very rare, right? And then on the first, there I think there was a law which came like you cannot travel outside, or if you have to come into the country, then you need to be vaccinated. And then I was shocked, like that is last moment it came, right? And then the next day, and then she said, no, never, law never changes over there, right? If it has to change, it needs a lot of factors and changes, like numbers have to change, right? Nothing. Next day, once she told us, and the next day even the law changed. That never happens over there, right? So that's like a law put forth by the supreme, by the ruler, right? So things change, even if it's from the ruler, it changes. Hmm? So now we are not saying you need to serve synarchy, because that's an option that you have, right? But we are saying how we are teaching you the science of alignment and how the wealth moves forward, right? So if you have, I know you may have like your path and your own future, right? So then what will happen is it's the energy will get mixed. Hmm? So if you're not, see, Aparna is actually serving the people, teaching Bhagavad Gita exactly how we instruct. We instruct time, what moment to moment we instruct, the time, space, every minute, what she needs to do till the end, even the interpretation, everything we give. She just like a parrot, she just speaks out. That's all, right? So that's 100%. She's not putting anything from her knowledge, or she's not adding from her previous learnings. Nothing. Pure Sinaki, she's being purely transparent, right? So that's what seva means, 100%, right? So how I used to do is I used to be like a mentor for like 3 gurus at a time. There was one time 10 years back. But each guru, when I'm serving, I serve him 100%. I don't mix things and serve like I'm not. I don't go to one guru and then have in mind that actually, I have my life purpose which is with the other guru. So I don't like serving you. This is like part time for me. Not like that. At that point of time, 100% I used to serve 200 people, 300 people. I used to conduct programs over there in the bus. It was so easy when I do that. Hmm? So that when I start doing that, everything falls in place, right? So I have everything. I have my job, I have my family, I have my the first guru, second guru, third guru, everything I'm doing, and everything falls in place. Lots of money is to flow also, right? So that is alignment. Now on the other side, if it's not falling in place, and if you have some purpose in life which you think it is yours, that means you're not in path. Get it? So let's say you have a vision of your own future, and if you take the last few weeks, few months, few years, you'll see there's no progress. Practically, there's no progress which you can show to others. No one has been helped by you, or no one is like, or maybe like a small 1%, 2% you did something. It's not like a mega uh, manifestation like you have in your mind. So that means you already know that last 3 years or 5 years, if you have done nothing about it, right? In the next 5 years also, you will do nothing about it. Only in thinking it will be there, or maybe like 5-10% of effect will be there. So, so that is why we say that fall in line. So that's the first thing. Actually, that is not subject of today. It just came to my mind, so that I put you in line. Hmm? So it's kind of a space where your ego is not there. That's what seva means. You are not there. Only only serving is there. There's no server there. Hmm? So then things will fall in place. So if things are not falling out of place, so this theory which I'm teaching you, the intelligence and intuitions, will work only if that is in alignment. You get it? Otherwise, you will lose faith. Okay. So let's say I teach you how to pull cards, like tarot cards. Okay, perfectly it comes out. And tonight you go back and think, oh, I think tomorrow onwards I'm going to focus completely on my bakery business. This is what I need to do. I'm going to change, and I'm just going to go to this particular place, and this I'm going to pray to this God. Everything you change night, right? And then when you wake up, you think, oh, I made big mistakes. Sorry, I'm actually back on. This was my mind talking like that, right? So when you make that changes, your life also changes. Okay. Now relationships also, your life will be affected by your relationships. Same way, right? So let's say fall in love with the person and you're in one person, and then you're living with that person, and then one day you fight, and then you internally decide, I'm going to divorce this person and I'm going to go somewhere some other way. Immediately life will start following that decision. So you'll start losing job, people will start reacting, and things will fall out of place. Then you'll be like going to the temple and praying and all this. What happened? Everything fell out of place. Everything was building up because you do not know that your wealth and your relationships are connected. So you cannot have incompletions in relationship and have great wealth. Now some people are there, or many people are there, who build wealth without relationships, but there will be time when they fall off from it, or they may have wealth but they won't have health, right? So that's why the teachings are very, very important. Hmm? So cravings also, if you have a lot of cravings, right, which is against the principles that we follow, that you also follow, and you're acting against it. For example, you like alcohol. I know none of you like alcohol. I'm just giving an example. You like alcohol and you go home, and you'll be like, let me just have like 3 packs of it today. I'm just, I just want to just relax, just want to take a break from all spirituality, everything, right? When you do that, instantly things go offline. You won't know it. Hmm? Sometimes life will be like critically to be coming to you. So let's say a job is like set up for, because divine takes years to prepare a job for you when you get a job, right? Or a project, whatever. So there'll be critical times when it's coming around you and it's about to be given to you. And then you make this mistake, then it'll just go derailing. You won't even know it. You get it? So that is why all of these principles in place. These are not teachings of today. Okay. What I taught before, if everything that you're following and you're in place and you are with me, with Synarchy, right? With the divine, then comes today's process. Okay, I'm just giving you enough so that you don't lose faith, because tomorrow I'm going to give you this process, and tomorrow if you make errors, you'll be like, the process did not work. My process will always work because it's done by the divine, right? But your mind, through this thinking and emotions, keep energy shifting, right? When I wake up, suddenly energy will be somewhere else. Hmm? So you need to be aware of your ego playing in your mind. Okay, how ego plays? Ego will say, I am right, other person is totally wrong. I'm always right and I'm totally right. This is what ego will say. And it will sound true. Hmm? So this ping pong game that is going on, Sometimes ego will finally accept I am wrong and he's right. That's also ego only, if you go down. Hmm? So you need to know how the ego is playing games. Ego will play a lot of guilt games, making you feel guilty or making others feel guilty. All of this you need to be aware of. That's not part of today's class. Okay? Once you fall in line with all the teachings that is given in Synarchy, you are in line with the vision, and you lie in line with the and you're in line with art, right? You're in line with your own future. You're completely dedicated and you're taking actions. We see your lifestyle, it matches with your vision, right? Hmm? Then comes divine. Then divine will start looking into you. Okay? Hmm? It's like this. Let's say I get a job in Google. Okay. I go to Google and say, actually, I have a, in my mind, I'm with Microsoft. Okay. All the time I say, actually, I've been working for Microsoft 20 years. I trust Microsoft only. And everything that I'm doing coding and I'm doing as per Microsoft. They'll tell me to do as I do as per Microsoft. And they'll ask me like, why are you doing all this Windows coding? I said, this is how exactly it used to work, right? You don't know how. I will teach you. 20 years I was there in field. I'll teach you how exactly it will work. Imagine what Google will do, right? Google will say you stay outside for a few days and come back, let your mind become better like that, right? And if I do it for a few times, but when I fall in alignment with Google, right, or Amazon, right? Amazon is a great employer, right? Not in characteristic, but number. And they have certain principles, right? So if you don't fall, when you fall in complete alignment with all the principles, then they will look into you and start promoting you. You will have like 6 months time when they'll be noticing you, right? So you cannot come into Amazon and say that actually, you know what, I'm, or internally be loyal to Google or any other competitor, right? You can work in Amazon 8 hours, come out of Amazon and work for another 4 hours in Microsoft. That is fine. I'm not saying don't work for Microsoft, because some people have multiple jobs, right? So if you do 8 hours of work in Google, that 8 hours you need to do 100% for Google as per Google's missions, vision, principles. Correct or not? Yes. Are you getting me? No. So then I come out of Google and I go into Microsoft job. Okay. And I'm doing Microsoft job. I need to let my brain completely out of Google and enter into completely new way of working, programming, everything. Then I get money. The money is same, but company is different, right? Same like that. You can have multiple purposes in life. So if you have multiple purposes, you can have it. But when you are with one path, you need to stick with that at least during that time, right? And even otherwise, you're sticking to that purpose of creating wealth, right? You cannot work for 8 hours, come out and spend more than what you earned. Then also it doesn't work, right? So that is self-discipline. You need to make sure that you're not leaking grace. Hmm? Leaking grace will happen when you do things out of alignment. For example, you go and watch news, read what's happening in the world, right? Look at the number of people dying and empathize and do something according to your wish, right? Or you go to a club and get drunk and all this, right? Things out of path, out of alignment. You do, then you stay out of path. You leak grace. Means what I'm going to give you, I'm going to just open the shutter, and the grace is going to start flowing, right? It's going to come to you and fall into other people. So if I give you grace now, I'm giving for you only, I'm not giving for the world. And then suddenly you think about a news which said in I don't know, in Africa there's one whole village who's like terribly dying now, almost they're dead. You did read a news, okay? Then internally you're praying like, please help that family, that village, right? For I please help them. The grace will come and go to them. You get it? If you want to help that African village, come and participate in the daily blessing. That time they will get grace. This is not the program for that. That's why I says you need to stay with me. You can't have your, you can't follow your own mind talkings. Stuff. So this applies for health and wealth and everything in your life. Okay, right. So let's say you fell in line and you are in seva and you have devotion, right? No devotion, no synarchy, no life. Okay, you go down if you don't have a devotion. Live feeling of love at a given point of time is devotion. Get it? Some people say I have a lot of devotion to divine, bhakti, and my heart is overflowing. So right now, what do you feel? Right now, I feel a little bit. I said, when you were suffering that time, what you're feeling? That time I was feeling hatred and anger. Right? So bhakti means continuous non-stop flow of divine love. So that also complies in alignment with the vision, cosmic will. Completion in relationships. You're not fighting with people and separating, divorcing, right? Cutting people off, judging people, judging politicians, judging celebrities. You don't get into the world, right? Or your family members or friends, colleagues, even if they're bad. These are all principles. You get it? Non-judgmental mindset. Hmm? So, so when you have a non-judgmental mindset means you have no people in your thoughts. Hmm? No people in your thoughts. Only gods will be there, and only people who are necessary in that daily functioning will be there inside you. Not even your parents. None will be there. Hmm? So then you can start the process. So what the process is? So if you fall in alignment with all of this, right? Now you may think like, how about rich people? How about super rich people? They're very bad relationships and all of this. I have seen them many times. Many people I have seen, and I've seen that on certain other dimensions in life, they are completely in a mess, especially their mental health. They're in deep depression outside of their show time, right? So don't think even about that, because you will not understand rich people at all. Okay, only if you live with a millionaire you can understand a millionaire or billionaire. Hmm? I have seen, personally I've seen, that's why I'm telling you. So don't allow your mind to go into that. The principle that we are setting up is for you to have all dimensions of your life growing, health and wealth and relations all connected. Okay, right. So then what then comes your mind, you're aligned, then comes your decisions, right? So decisions are always filtered by your perceptions, hmm, and prejudices and knowledge and egoistic actions, thinking based actions. So let's say you're doing stock trading, okay, and your stock analyst said buy Amazon stocks is going to go up like anything, right? So you say okay, and you come back home and say, I don't think so. I think Google is going to go up. I'm just going to buy all Google stocks. Let me see. I know exactly what I'm doing, right? So this is what your mind will do. Remember, when the divine, from the divine side, there is no mistake. That's where we started, right? There's never a mistake, never. Okay, always perfectly to the point, accurate every moment. That is divine. Hmm? So in that, so you're falling in line, and you're having devotion, and you're doing this. Let's say conducting a business. You have a shop. You're conducting a business. A lot of people are coming in. Each moment, what is with decisions? Actually, shops won't have much decisions to make. But if you see my business and all, there were like continuous decisions to make. Each decision is very critical. It can cost us millions. Sometimes a whole company can drown in one decision, right? So small micro decisions every second, every moment needs to be accurate so that we can win in the longer time, day, or every second you need to know which is right and which is wrong intuitionally. And that is the function of your third eye. Okay? Your third eye is 100% correct. Third eye is basically Lord Shiva. It is Shivan. It is ultimately Krishna only. But for the name's sake, I'm just saying it's Shiva, and it's always right. So if divine is right, the third eye is always right. Your intuition is always right. Clairvoyance is always right. Claircognizance is always right. All these powers are always right. But what we are particularly focusing on is we are particularly focusing on sentience today. Okay, sentience. Clairsentience means ability to feel accurately. So you may not have vision, you may not have audience, clairaudience, right? You cannot hear the divine, you cannot see the divine, but all of you can feel the divine, correct? So clairsentience is something which we can develop because you already have it. Hmm? So that's how I use pendulum, right? That's kind of a little bit, pendulum is little bit different, but tarot cards, the cards I pick, right? I don't have them here right now. When I pick cards, that is clairsentience. Tarot card readers, they use intuition, right, to pick the cards. Perfectly, card will come, right? That is clairsentience, right? So if you know exactly how to activate and use your intuition, you can succeed in life, right? Otherwise, what will happen is if you succeed for some time and then you make some decisions, you will fail for some time, then you'll succeed for some time, then you'll fail for some time. There will be waves, right? If you perfect the art of clairsentience, there will never be a downfall. There will only be growth, right? Of course, all the principles in place, what we discussed, right? Once it's like, I get a job in and Google. I start working there, and in 6 months time I fall in place with their aligned with their vision and goals and everything. Then they give me a computer, right, which has got all the functions. That computer is perfectly right, because it's there, they only developed it. But if I don't know how to use it, that's my problem. But if my ego will say, I've done 20 years job in Microsoft, I've used computers, I know exactly what to do. The problem is with the computer, right? That's what ego will say. Problem is totally with the computer. So your clairsentience is 100% right all the time, never error. So what if there is error? That's when next teaching comes in, where we say all errors are from my mind. Interference of the mind. All errors. Zero errors come from intuition or the divine or life. Life is basically a reflection of your heart, of your mind. So there will be interference of the mind. What will be mind? How will mind interfere? Through fear of mistake, right? Mind is always worried if some mistake happens, then what? So there is kind of fear of mistake all the time in every single thought in you, every single action. Hmm? There is no time when you have no fear and you do something. There's always some kind of insecurity deep inside. What if it goes wrong? What if I lose it completely? Right? What if everything goes wrong? What if everything crashes? Right? Or what if somebody finds me out? Right? What if I'm caught? What if I fail? Right? So it's fear of failure, which is nothing but fear of guilt, fear of shame. All of these fears, different kinds of fears, but you do not know about it. Remember, from here on, what I speak, you do not know. It is your unconscious. Hmm? So unconsciously, your mind will be deep inside you, which you won't even know, will throw these thoughts inside you, and then you are about to make this decision and you'll make that decision. You won't have any clarity on which is your divine talking or which is your divine asking you to do. Now if you're using another person for your channeling, like like a psychic reader or a healer, that healer also won't get the right healing if you don't have this in place. You get it? Let's say you have no talent of clairsentience, right? So what do? You ask your friend who is having the clairsentience, just like you come for individual sessions with me, right? Come into individual sessions, and then I'll scan you perfectly and everything. But even when I'm going to scan you, or even when that tarot reader is going to take out the cards for you, she will also make that mistake. So you'll think all tarot reading is wrong. Tarot reading is perfectly right. Always. I have never seen a wrong reading. Right? Fear of listening to what you do not like is another fear. Okay, let's say you got a job, you already gave like acceptance. Okay, and you told everyone you're ready to go. And then you come to this tarot reader and ask him, like, how's the job going to go? Right? You're about to join, right? And the salary is really high. And the tarot reader is going to say, you will have the fear. What if the tarot reader says is going to be like a real bad job and I should not join? Right? So you'll have internal resistance to the truth. Right? So this resistance also will stop grace, because you do not want to hear the truth. You want to hear what you like to hear, or you want to get what you like to get. Right. So clairsentience. Okay. So that's the subject today. Hmm? So I'm going to start the process in a few minutes. How the process is, you need to find out where you need accuracy, because everyone works differently, right? So let's say you are an accountant. So then you will say that I'm making a lot of mistakes in accounting. I need my accounting to be perfect, right? So I'll clear patterns in the mind for that, because accounting is also decision, right? If you make $100 plus $250, if I add it together, there's a decision, small decisions you're making through the calculations, and you end up in a like a figure. Suppose there's some silly mistakes. There are silly mistake. It can cost money. Sometimes it'll be in millions. We can make mistakes. I've seen estimators making millions of dollars worth of mistakes, silly mistakes, and company making millions of losses. I have seen in my business. Right. So then that is your intuition or intelligence. Okay. So we're going to work in intuition and intelligence. Right. So the intelligence need to tell you from inside that it is wrong. Don't go, don't move. right? There should be a third person, because when you're actually in crisis, there won't be any other person to help you inside, right? You will get disconnected from the divine when you are in fear, right? Right? You know that, right? Or write it down. When I am in fear, I am disconnected from the divine. Or when I am disconnected from the divine, I am in fear. Both ways are true. Okay? So that time when you're actually doing those calculations, let's say you're an estimator and you're doing the estimation, right? This mind will put take your attention away, give you some unnecessary thoughts and make you do some mistake, right? That time intelligence need to wake you up and say there is a mistake, right? You should have a strong pull when you're doing that mistake, right? Now this mistake again is not exactly you perceive as mistake, because if you have seen, many mistakes have led you to this state in your life, right? So you cannot say mistakes are mistakes, because if you had not done mistakes, you wouldn't have been here with the divine, right? So that those are right mistakes. That is why don't try to learn what is right and wrong here. You get it? Sometimes you're in a job, the divine will make you do some mistakes so that you get out of the work and he can give you another better one, right? So that's why don't get into understanding this as a technique and applying in life. Okay, on the larger perspective you'll never understand. So if you make mistake, don't get into guilt or something, but one thing is for sure, do not bring that into the teaching. The teachings never change. You get it? Don't let your mind contaminate the teachings, which is divine is always right, intuition is always right, third eye is always right, right? All of that, all mistakes are my mistakes based on my fear created by my mind. All these are forever. Okay, but at times, because you have made past mistakes, you may have to make a few more mistakes so that you come into the right path. But once you fall in place, you'll see every moment is right decision, which leads you to some productivity and creativity. Okay? Intelligence, intuition, intelligence, and creativity. It's a success. Okay. Now, success not only financial success. Suppose you have health problems, same thing applies. Okay. Can you relate? So that micro errors is what we are going to remove, not the major ones. Major ones, I think you already worked on. The micro errors which you're not seeing is going to come into awareness, and we're going to see what are the emotions that created it. So let's say fear of, let me see, let me just scan and see what one fear, let me pick up as a group. Okay, I'm seeing doubt in this teaching. Anyone has any doubt? First let me clarify so much. No, anyone has any doubt? Says Daniel, are you there? Provost. Daniel has been in before, right? No. So Daniel, are you there? Yeah, correct. Okay. Okay, so we'll wait for her. Okay, when she is active, she can talk. Anyone has any question? No doubts, right? Okay. Okay, so I'm getting how to apply it. First, let me check one of your fears. Let me pick up. Okay. Okay, what I'm seeing is fear of applying the power. Hmm? Hold on, please. എടി ലിങ്ക് ഒന്ന് ഇടും നമ്മുടെ പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ ഇതിന്റെ ലിങ്കും പാസ്വേഡും ഒന്ന് ഇടുവോ ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ വാട്സാപ്പിൽ. So this method, what I'm seeing is you're trying to learn a technique. So let's say you want to, I'll give you another example. You want to learn piano. Okay. If you're learning piano, you need a certain kind of skill. Okay. It applies to everything. It applies to healing. It applies to wealth, job, to any decisions, family, creativity, anything that you do. Okay. I'm just giving an example of piano. So let's say you're learning piano, and then you learn this technique from me, teaching from me, and then you think and apply it. Oh, all mistakes are mine. I need to like do like this, right? And I need to like put, and then I need to let go of my mind. I should not have fear. It will not work. That's what a mistake I'm seeing now. You get it? Your mind is trying to do something to avoid the fear. You get it? That is your spiritual ego trying to do something. After gaining some extraordinary knowledge. Same like singing. Okay, suppose you're singing and you're thinking, oh, I learned this, now I'm singing. As you're singing, you're thinking about how to sing, right? How can you sing? So the spiritual ego will try to apply what it learns from here in your life. Okay, please remember, I'm not intellectually teaching you something here. I'm just showing you that there are micro errors in your thoughts. That awareness you don't have. If you think you have, you again getting cheated by the mind. You do not have. You do not have the awareness about the micro errors the mind is making. Correct? So let's say you have sugar allergy. Okay, you see cake and you just eat it, right? It's micro error decision you're making. Then you have stomach problem, allergy problems and all. But then you like, I felt like so much craving, I couldn't stop, control myself. So you have an issue there. You're making mistake there, right? So it is unconscious. That's the first thing. Second thing, you can do nothing about it. So first one is unconscious. Sorry for spelling. Second thing is you can do nothing about it because it is a million times more powerful than you. Okay? All you can do is become aware of it. And then naturally through a process, you will get liberated from it, right? You will have only one suffering at a time. Get it? Suppose you say, see, I told you so many things like fear of failure, fear of mistake, fear of loss of image, which is shame, right? You may think that you have all these problems. It's not like that. You have a problem which you think you do not have. Okay. If you're identified with the problem, that is not your problem. That's how it works. Very tricky thing to find the problem, right? So it is not like MRI scan where you can just go in and come out with exact scan like that, right? I can find through the divine, but you cannot find. If you find it, you already know how to solve it, right? The problem is you do not know about it, right? So, and when you start contemplating, you will see that there's one single fear which is affecting you today, which will not be affecting you tomorrow, which was not affecting you yesterday also. Any given point, any one given point of time, you have only one emotional suffering at its peak. That as a leader, every day the leadership changes. Okay, tomorrow guilt will lead you. That's why you can never learn a technique from it. That's why this work is very creative work. What I'm doing. Hmm? I didn't know that I'm going to teach you all of this. Really, I didn't know at all. I have so many other things to like in my mind, which I'm going to work it out. All this teaching, maybe you think I came prepared. I didn't come prepared at all. All of this is new coming out at this point of time, right? So that's why it is not possible for me to also prepare for it. Yes, if I can, then I can, but that's again by the divine, right? Right. And then you'll get liberated. And the fifth time, you need to get reprogrammed. Reprogrammed. Okay. Which will happen in the JID. Reprogramming will happen in JID. So the journey, this time journey is going to be really devotional this time. Hmm? So the first day, as of now, Vrinda said she's going to run it. Okay. It's going to be musical and dancing only. There won't be any teaching. She may show you movies or something, like, right? The first day. If it goes really well, maybe second day also. If that also goes well, third day also. We like to run all 3 days musical program this time. Live, she'll be singing. Okay. She can sing for hours. She'll get more energy. But she'll not get tired singing. Hmm? So it'll be live singing or we'll be playing music. So it'll be dancing, singing. That's it. There won't be any teachings. But the program structure I will only design according to your current state. The emotions and everything that you're going through, thoughts, everything I will only have. I will have all the teachings that I teach you at the background. I will be sitting here and running it for you. I'll be in that state, right? So once I'm out of this conducting stage, I can actually do a deep work for you. So I will be continuously scanning each one of you and helping you out. But you will be simply dancing and singing, right? Possibly, if it is possible, we may make you sing also. If it's physically together, yes, right? Because Radha and Krishna like singing and dancing only. They don't like these teachings. Hmm? So that's why we like to start in Goloka. We are starting inside Goloka this time. Hmm? So we are starting inside Goloka. We are going out of Goloka and we're coming inside Goloka. That's all the journey is this time. That's what we like to do. So we are not going starting. If you remember, this last journey started from Patala, the lowest world, right? So this journey we're going to start from here, come out and come in. That's it. So it's going to be all going to be very emotional. It's going to be a very emotional process, but we like to have positive emotions, right? See, when the intelligence work is going to be emotional, there's going to be joy. It's not serious. Okay. Intelligence happens when joy is flowing. Right? It's not like you get an intelligent idea and then you're happy about it. As you're feeling the joy, intelligence will flower in you. You get it? That is intelligence. As others is intellect. Right? Many times I solve the problem dancing. Joyfully, I'll get the ideas. Or I just, do some play with kids or something. Things will happen. Right? So that's what we mean by intuition, clairsentience. We mean joy. Not after you get the success and then you become joyful, that you can have, but the process of working itself will be joyful. If you're working, if you're doing some business, or if you're relating with people, or if you're in the process, or if you're with the divine, right? So your heart chakra is going to be spinning a lot this time. That's why I like Vrinda to do it. Okay. So that's why it's going to be very sweet process, the 3 days. Hmm? So for that to happen, you need to do this 3 hours meditation every day. Last time you didn't do, what happened is then 60 hours we had to work, hard work. Last 10 minutes we got inside Goloka here. Last 10 minutes of the whole 60 hours. 360 minutes, 300, 3,600 minutes we had. Out of that, 3,590 minutes we couldn't enter here because you are not ready for it, right? Hold on, please. So chakra marma meditation you can do whenever whenever you go down. It's a ready meditation. Okay, the research is going to start next week. So we're going to have one more meditation to how to function in true self. We're going to create that. So you can use that. The 3 hour daily meditation you can play at your convenience also. Okay, of course 8 o'clock we play it in the evening. Okay, and maybe if the divine tells me something to do, we may do it, change the timing next week. But at least one of the meditations, chakramarma, at least every day if you do, then I can save at least 20 hours on the first day. You don't know how much I suffer when you don't come prepared, right? So so your preparation is extremely important. Right now only one person is meditating every day in the blessing program, right? So then what happens, you lose the luster of the process. Hmm? So that's why you have to practice. Otherwise I have to work on your mind so much, right? So we're going to have this journey starting with dance and music, and until end we like to have dance and music. and teachings, everything I will give if it's possible in the journey itself. If it's not possible, then I'll give it outside the journey. Teachings will be there. I understand that, still it will be very scientific, spiritually. Okay, and you'll get enormously healed, and your immune system is going to go up and everything. Hi, Daniel.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
See, you logging in from where?
From Maui.
Okay, okay, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, thanks for coming in today. Were you listening now, or you're like at work or something?
I had to step away for a few minutes, but I'm back. I kind of joined
Right,
unexpectedly, unplanned.
right. Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. So Melody is going to tell you everything that we discussed just now, and we were right now discussing about a program next week, so you can ask Melody about it, right? And right now, this program we're going to start a process now. We're just waiting for one more person to come in. And we're going to start a process for clearing our wealth patterns. Means what problems we have in creating wealth, right? Whatever it may be, we're going to work on that and clear it off. Hmm? So you will have a great step up towards your goals. Okay. Now, those patterns, the divine is going to identify it, and the divine is going to clear it. Even the emotions, sometimes you may not feel at all I need from you is openness, that yes, there is a problem, and I also have these problems. I do not know what my problems are, right? My mind is still talking inside and telling me so many things, like I as though I know things, right? But the truth is I do not know. So that is humility, right? I have suffering, I need help, hmm? And I make a lot of mistakes. Maybe suppose, let's say your mind says I don't make mistakes, then the conversation can be like, even though I think I don't make mistakes, maybe I do, please show me what I do, right? If you use these words, you will see mind opens. So that openness is what I need, because grace, devotion, seva, alignment, flow, everything I can do, but if you block it, nothing will enter into you. Get it? So that openness to know what you do not know, to get help with what you do not know, and then you will have the result. So you'll enjoy the result. Okay, but the accuracy will increase like anything. Suppose you're totally open, 100% open, 100% your intuition is going to improve. You will see magically everything that you do is accurate, perfect. That's the grace. The diksha that I'm going to give now is perfect. There's no error, there's no limitation, there's no condition, there's no control, nothing. It's perfectly designed to give you accurate decision ability, perfect intuition, 100% creativity, flow of intelligence, enjoy. This is what you're getting. Okay, right. So let's start the process now. I think the person is not able to log in. Okay, so let's start the process. Do you have any questions, comments, anything to ask, anything to say, anything to suggest, anything about journey?
Yes, me.
Yep, Gabriel.
I was wondering if we can get this, and are you going to give it to